Chevy Silverado owners, brace yourselves. The CEO of Chevrolet has just dropped a bombshell, and it's not good news. For years, the Silverado has been a cornerstone of the American pickup market, praised for its rugged durability, powerful performance, and dependable towing capacity. But now, the landscape is shifting, and not in favor of Silverado drivers. The message from the top is clear. Changes are coming, and they're going to hurt owners, both new and existing. So what exactly is happening? First, let's talk pricing. Chevy has hinted at major adjustments to the Silverado lineup, and the numbers aren't promising. If you thought truck prices were already high, buckle up. Supply chain challenges, rising material costs, and an industry-wide pivot to electric trucks are all combining to push prices higher than most buyers expected. That means anyone looking to trade in, upgrade, or even maintain their current Silverado could face sticker shock. But it doesn't stop there. Chevy is also making strategic moves that may leave current owners feeling stranded. With the push toward electrification, the company is shifting its engineering focus to EV pickups. While that's great for the environment and the future of the brand, it signals fewer updates, limited investment, and slower innovation for traditional gas-powered Silverados. Essentially, if you own a classic or conventional model, you might be watching your truck age faster in terms of technology and features compared to the new EV competitors rolling out. Maintenance and parts are another looming concern. As the company diverts resources to new electric platforms, the availability of parts, aftermarket upgrades, and dealer support for conventional Silverado engines could tighten. Owners might find themselves paying more for repairs or waiting longer for service. And for those who love customizing their truck, some of your favorite upgrades might soon become harder or more expensive to get. And here's the kicker: resale value. Historically, Silverados have held strong value in the used market. But with the industry moving aggressively toward electric pickups, gas-powered models are starting to face depreciation faster than expected. Early buyers might see their trucks lose value quicker than they imagined, especially if electric trucks dominate the market with incentives and government support. Chevy is playing a long game, focusing on survival in a rapidly changing auto industry. But for current Silverado owners, this game isn't exactly in your favor. You're facing higher costs, slower upgrades, and a market that's slowly turning its back on the trucks you know and love. And the reality? This isn't a small shift, it's a structural change that could define the next decade for Chevy trucks. Now, let's get specific. The Silverado 1500, Chevy's bread and butter model, is already feeling the pressure. Rumors from insiders suggest that updates for this model are being scaled back, meaning fewer technology upgrades, fewer powertrain improvements, and a longer wait for the next generation redesign. For loyal owners who expected new features or better fuel efficiency, this is a bitter pill to swallow. Meanwhile, the heavier duty Silverados, the 2500 and 3500 series, are also under scrutiny. These trucks have traditionally been workhorses, but Chevy is signaling that investment dollars are increasingly going to EV development. That could translate to slower improvements in towing tech, engine performance, and heavy-duty reliability enhancements for years to come. On top of that, incentives and promotions for new gas-powered Silverados are shrinking. Chevy is redirecting marketing and financial incentives toward electric trucks, which means deals on traditional models are becoming rare. If you were hoping to trade up or snag a bargain on a new Silverado, that window is closing fast. And don't forget about fuel economy regulations. Tighter government standards are likely to push gas-powered Silverados into more expensive trims to meet compliance, again hitting buyers in the wallet. Another critical piece of bad news: the resale and trade-in market is about to get turbulent. Dealers may start favoring EV Silverados, offering better trade-in values for early adopters of electric models while undervaluing gas-powered trucks. That's a major shift from past trends, where Silverados held strong value regardless of fuel type. Owners could find themselves caught between high maintenance costs and dropping market value, a double hit that could affect finances more than expected. And let's talk reliability perception. Chevy has always been synonymous with durability, but when gas-powered trucks start getting fewer updates and less corporate focus, perception matters. Even minor delays in parts availability, slower software updates, or a lack of new features can make older Silverados feel behind the times compared to competitors. For buyers who expect a truck to last a decade or more, this could influence decisions for new purchases, and even make current owners question holding on to their vehicle. But perhaps the most concerning part is the timeline. Chevy is not just experimenting with EVs, they're committing to a full rollout in the next few years. Early reports indicate multiple electric Silverado variants, advance, including a heavy-duty EV model aimed directly at Ford's F-150 heavy-duty EV model aimed directly at Ford's F-150 Lightning. That's good news for the EV market, but it signals that conventional Silverados will slowly take a back seat. Owners of gas-powered models are effectively in a countdown. The longer they hold their truck, the more they risk falling behind in terms of technology, value, and overall market attention. Let's break it down for current Silverado owners, because the impact goes beyond just hype or rumors. First, maintenance costs. With fewer resources devoted to conventional Silverados, routine repairs could start to feel pricier. Parts that were once common might become harder to source, and dealerships could prioritize EV models for service appointments, leaving gas-powered owners waiting longer or paying more for even basic maintenance. Over time, this could make owning a classic Silverado less convenient and more expensive than ever before. Next, consider insurance and registration, as resale values begin to shift downward due to the growing dominance of EV trucks. Insurance premiums could start creeping up relative to the truck's depreciating market value. Combine that with potential regulatory changes favoring electric vehicles, and you have a perfect storm where keeping a gas-powered Silverado could cost more than simply upgrading, or worse, leave owners feeling trapped with a declining asset. For those who depend on their Silverado for work, these changes are even more pressing. A contractor, farmer, or fleet owner can't afford downtime or expensive delays. If Chevy shifts parts, service, and support to electric trucks, the traditional Silverado fleet might face slowdowns in repair times, fewer upgrade options, and even challenges in meeting emissions or efficiency standards over the next few years. That's a practical problem, not just a headline. It affects livelihoods, and don't underestimate the psychological impact. The Silverado has long been an icon, a symbol of reliability and American engineering, but when a company signals that a product is no longer the priority, it can erode confidence quickly. People may start second-guessing their purchases, delaying upgrades, or even switching brands entirely. Loyalty, something Chevy has counted on for decades, could start eroding fast if owners feel neglected or left behind. Now, let's talk about the looming threat of electric competition. The Silverado EV is coming, and Chevy is putting its full weight behind it. With incentives, tax breaks, and aggressive marketing, the EV Silverado could attract both new buyers and current gas-powered owners looking to upgrade. That means traditional Silverado owners are not only facing higher costs and slower support, they're also competing in a market increasingly tilted toward electric models, making their older trucks feel outdated faster than ever. So what's really going on behind closed doors at Chevy? Insider sources suggest that leadership is fully aware of the risk to current Silverado owners, but their strategy is clear. The future is electric, and the company is willing to let gas-powered trucks take a back seat. That means less R&D for traditional engines, fewer performance upgrades, and a slower rollout of new tech for older models. Essentially, if you're holding a gas-powered Silverado today, you're holding a truck that Chevy has quietly deprioritized. But there's a silver lining. If you act strategically, savvy owners can anticipate these shifts and make moves to protect their investment. That could mean selling or trading in sooner rather than later, or planning upgrades that add value before parts become scarce. Some might even consider transitioning to the new electric Silverado lineup to stay aligned with Chevy's focus, capturing incentives and avoiding the steep depreciation curve that's likely for older gas models. Meanwhile, the competitive landscape is heating up. Ford, Ram, and even Tesla are all aggressively targeting the pickup market with electric and hybrid trucks. Chevy's decision to push EVs hard is a defensive move, but it comes at a cost. Traditional Silverado owners are now collateral damage in a broader industry shift. Trucks that once dominated the highways may soon feel like relics as consumers flock to EV options boasting lower running costs, high-tech features, and tax incentives that gas-powered trucks simply can't match. And it's not just about trucks, it's about perception. Dealers, reviewers, and the media are already framing the Silverado EV as the future of Chevy trucks, subtly signaling to buyers that the old gas models are on their way out. This perception alone can accelerate depreciation and make resale trickier. For anyone holding on to a 1500, 2500, or 3500 model, this shift could hit hard in the next few years. Even warranty considerations are coming into play. As Chevy invests more in EV infrastructure, service centers may prioritize EVs for diagnostics, repairs, and software updates. Gas-powered trucks may end up waiting longer for service, and certain warranties could see slower turnaround times or more restrictive conditions. That's another hidden cost that could impact Silverado owners sooner than expected. Now, Now let's look at the bigger picture. Government regulations and market pressures are tightening around gas-powered pickups, and the Silverado is no exception. Emission standards are becoming stricter every year, meaning future models, or even older ones, may face compliance costs that trickle down to owners. Fuel economy mandates, regional bans on older engines, and rising gas prices are all part of a landscape that makes holding onto a conventional Silverado increasingly expensive. What was once a simple, reliable truck is slowly turning into a financial and logistical headache for owners. Fleet owners are particularly at risk. Companies that rely on Silverados for construction, deliveries, or agriculture could see operational costs spike as parts, maintenance, and service availability become constrained. Meanwhile, insurance premiums could rise as these trucks age in a market that's moving heavily toward electric alternatives. For a business, that's not a minor inconvenience. It's a real bottom-line problem that could force expensive fleet upgrades sooner than planned. Then there's resale. Analysts predict a noticeable drop in resale value for gas-powered Silverados over the next few years. As EV adoption grows and Chevy pushes its new electric trucks, buyers will likely prefer the future-proof EV options, leaving older models stuck with accelerated depreciation. If you were counting on your Silverado as a long-term investment, this could dramatically change your financial outlook. And let's not forget competition. Ford's F-150 Lightning, Ram's electric lineup, and even Tesla's Cybertruck are aggressively courting pickup buyers with high-tech features, lower running costs, and strong government incentives. Chevy's conventional trucks, no matter how rugged or reliable, are starting to feel outdated next to these new offerings. That's bad news for anyone hoping their gas-powered Silverado will maintain its market dominance. The bottom line, Chevy has made it clear, the Silverado you know and love is no longer the centerpiece of the company's strategy. For current owners, that translates to higher costs, slower updates, shrinking incentives, and a resale market that's increasingly tilted toward electric alternatives. It's a tough reality, but one that every Silverado owner needs to face sooner rather than later. So what can Silverado owners do to navigate this storm? First, timing is critical. If you're considering selling, trading, or upgrading, acting sooner rather than later could protect you from steep depreciation. Waiting too long could mean watching your truck lose value faster as electric pickups dominate the market. Next, think strategically about upgrades. Certain tech and performance improvements can help maintain your Silverado's value. Adding advanced safety features, modern infotainment, or towing enhancements can make your truck more appealing to buyers in a market that's shifting toward high-tech EVs. It's about staying relevant even as the landscape changes. For those committed to keeping their gas-powered Silverado, maintenance planning becomes more important than ever. Stocking up on critical parts, establishing relationships with reliable service centers, and staying ahead of software or engine updates can help you avoid costly downtime. With Chevy shifting focus to EVs, proactive care could save significant headaches in the long run. Then there's the option of transitioning to an EV Silverado. Yes, it's a big change, but it aligns you with the company's future. Early adopters could benefit from government incentives, lower running costs, and longer-term resale stability. It's the ultimate way to hedge against the risks facing traditional Silverado owners while still staying in the Chevy ecosystem. And finally, stay informed. Chevy's leadership has made its priorities clear, and the auto industry is evolving faster than ever. By keeping an eye on announcements, recalls, new EV model launches, and market trends, you can make smarter decisions about buying, selling, or holding your Silverado. Knowledge is power, and in this shifting landscape, it could mean the difference between a costly mistake and a savvy move. The reaction from Silverado owners has been intense. Social media forums, owner groups, and online communities are buzzing with frustration and disbelief. Many are questioning Chevy's commitment to the trucks that built its reputation, with some loyal fans openly considering switching brands. The sense of betrayal is real. Owners who have poured thousands into their Silverados suddenly feel like the company is leaving them behind in favor of EV hype. Industry analysts are weighing in as well, and their take isn't encouraging for traditional Silverado drivers. Experts warn that gas-powered trucks, even iconic models like the Silverado, are entering a period of accelerated depreciation and reduced relevance. The message from the auto industry is clear: adapt to electric or risk being left with a vehicle that loses value faster, costs more to maintain, and lags behind in technology. Looking forward, the next 5 years could be critical. As Chevy rolls out multiple EV Silverado variants, the contrast between new electric models and older gas-powered trucks will grow starker. Buyers are likely to favor the EVs for lower operating costs, advanced tech, and government incentives. For current owners, this means the resale window for gas-powered Silverados is shrinking rapidly. Those who wait too long could see their trucks lose significant value faster than any market trend in recent decades. Even more concerning is the potential trickle-down effect on the aftermarket and service industries. Parts manufacturers, repair shops, and accessory makers are already shifting attention to electric platforms. Over time, gas-powered Silverados may see fewer available upgrades, slower repair options, and rising costs as demand falls and parts become scarcer. For owners who have invested in customization or heavy-duty work, this is a major blow. The truth is harsh but unavoidable. Chevy has made a strategic pivot, and traditional Silverado owners are on the front lines of that change. The trucks that once symbolized American reliability and strength now face a future where they are gradually deprioritized, more expensive to maintain, and less valuable in the resale market. And while this might seem like bad news today, it's also a wake-up call. Owners who act smart, plan ahead, and adapt can still protect their investment and navigate the shift without getting burned. So what can Silverado owners do to stay ahead of the curve? Step 1, evaluate your truck's current value. Don't wait for depreciation to hit hard. Check trade-in values, resale trends, and what buyers are willing to pay right now. Timing a sale or trade-in strategically could save you thousands and prevent your truck from losing significant market value in the next few years. Step 2, prioritize upgrades that maintain relevance. Tech additions, safety enhancements, and performance tweaks aren't just luxury, they're a hedge against the shift toward EV dominance. Features like modern infotainment systems, advanced towing packages, or even aftermarket efficiency improvements can make your Silverado more appealing in a shrinking market. Step 3, plan your maintenance proactively. Stock critical parts if possible, establish reliable service contacts, and stay ahead of software updates or engine recalls. As Chevy focuses more on EVs, service and parts for conventional trucks could slow down, so being proactive ensures your Silverado stays on the road and avoids expensive delays. Step 4, consider an EV transition. It's a big move, but early adoption could protect you from future depreciation and rising costs. Government incentives, lower running costs, and alignment with Chevy's strategic focus make switching to an electric Silverado a smart, forward-looking choice. Plus, you stay inside the Chevy ecosystem, which can be a psychological and financial safety net. Step 5, stay informed and agile. The auto industry is evolving fast, and Silverado owners who follow announcements, market trends, and regulatory changes will be in a much stronger position. Knowledge is power, and being aware of every new development, from EV launches to dealer incentives, can mean the difference between a costly mistake and a savvy decision. The emotional impact on Silverado owners cannot be overstated. For many, their truck isn't just a vehicle. It's a symbol of hard work, freedom, and reliability. Years of loyalty, countless road trips, worksite hauls, and family adventures are tied to that Silverado. Now, with Chevy signaling that gas-powered trucks are no longer the priority, that sense of security is being shaken. Owners are feeling frustrated, anxious, and even betrayed, wondering if their investment and loyalty will ever be fully rewarded. Social media tells the story vividly. Forums and groups are filled with posts from concerned owners debating whether to sell now or risk holding onto a truck that may lose value faster than expected. Some are exploring other brands, while others are reluctantly considering the EV Silverado despite the high upfront costs. The conversations reflect a community in turmoil, struggling to adapt to a rapidly changing industry while protecting their hard-earned investments. Industry analysts paint a clear picture. The era of the traditional Silverado as the uncontested king of pickups is waning. Ford's F-150 Lightning, Ram's electric trucks, and even Tesla's Cybertruck are reshaping consumer expectations. Buyers increasingly prioritize technology, efficiency, and incentives, areas where gas-powered Silverados now lag. For current owners, this isn't just about resale, it's about relevance. Trucks that once dominated highways are starting to feel outdated in a matter of months, not years. Looking 5 years ahead, the gap will only widen. Chevy plans to introduce multiple affordable EV Silverado variants targeting every segment from work trucks to luxury trims. Gas-powered Silverados will slowly slide into the background with fewer upgrades, shrinking incentives, and slower dealer support. For owners who fail to plan ahead, this could mean watching their trucks lose value, usefulness, and prestige simultaneously. A perfect storm of challenges that Chevy has essentially admitted is coming. And here's the final punch. Even if you love your Silverado today, the landscape is shifting beneath your wheels.